Yo, hello, hello. I'm back. Sorry, I'm a bit late. It's just I was a bit out sick in the past couple of days. So now you know. One second. Okay, Twitch is okay. All looks good. Yeah, sorry, I was a bit sick. I couldn't stream when the chapter came out. Also, just I couldn't find the Scannulation chapters in the first like day or two, so I was just refreshing I was using a specific website to find the Scannulations that usually always has them, but for some reason this week they just didn't upload them, so I had to find eventually I had to find the Scannulation somewhere else, and at that point I was like, well, the official chapter comes out tomorrow, so might as well just wait until the official chapter came out. And when it did, I was sick, so that's why I'm so late. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's read Hunter x Hunter chapter 413. Loyalty, or as the Scannulations called it, I think it was fealty. At least one of the Scannulations called it fealty. I don't know. Is there a difference between these two words? Fealty. You know what? Let's read the Scannulations. We always read the Scannulations anyway. I don't know. It just... Sometimes I do read the official and I feel like the Scannulations... I enjoy the Scannulations translation just a little bit more. I don't know, sometimes the scans do a good job, sometimes they don't, obviously. But so does the official. Sometimes the official just doesn't do a good job either. So, which is best? Who knows? So, I don't know, we'll just read the Scannulations and then go back to the official and reread, see if we notice any difference. Actually, on that note, I got a comment from a viewer that thought that the difference between the chapters, the scans, and the official was just somebody using an upscaling or using AI to upscale the chapter, which I did address that it was different, but it's not AI. I did notice that there was they were using some image upscaling thing, but it's not the reason. The Scannulations actually do have like a major changes. Like, let me find one over... Where was it? This guy. Like, look at this guy. You see this? I'm going now to switch to the unofficial chapter. Look at him. He looks completely different. Like, this guy has sideburns, his hair just doesn't have the same, like, burger shape, like, elevation thing. It's supposed to be this guy on the left. But it's not. The official chapter looks completely different. This is just completely different art. This is not upscaling. Even though I did notice when I first started reading the chapter that, yeah, they seem to be using some sort of image upscaling algorithm. If you just look closely. But yeah, no, the actual official chapter just genuinely has different art. It's not just this guy. There's also the boat. There's a whole ass pirate ship on top of the boat. Like, it's not supposed to be a pirate ship. If you go to the official, look, the pirate ship is not there anymore. It's gone. So yeah, it is just completely different art. So the Scannulations seem to be using a different version. what I think happens is, let me go to the scans. What I noticed is that there is, where is it? This, at the top left of the page. If you notice, there's a Shonen Jump kind of label here that doesn't exist in the official. See? So apparently the Shonen Jump official release has a little bit of different art. For some reason. It's a different, whatchamacallit, version. Anyway, we wasted enough time. Let's read chapter 413. This is the official. Let's go to the scans. Let's read the scans first. 413, Loyalty. Hulkenberg's funeral. Where is his casket being taken? It's a bit loud. Okay. Where is his casket being taken? Well, obviously to the procession room. Is it procession room? What do we call this room? It's like funeral, coffin, cemetery? I'm not sure. So yeah, we see them taking him into this room, and we see all the other bodies that have accumulated now. Last time we saw it, it was when the first prince died, which was Mimosa, over here. Now it's populated by Mimosa and 1, 2, 3, and Hulkenberg just hasn't lit the flame yet. They're still processing him. Huh. Wait, so Hulkenberg is dead, Sale is dead, Mimosa is dead, Cacho is dead, right? Because they tried leaving the boat. Is anybody else dead? That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hulkenberg is 9. We have Sale, which is 8. We have Cacho, that's number 10, so 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, yeah, that makes sense. So 13th, 14th. This would have been Wobble's coffin. So if the king... So Wobble is not dead, at least. Or they might be... I mean, for the most part, if they were dead and the king had them killed because they broke the rules and tried to escape, this coffin would have been filled. Like the king would have killed Wobble and they would have stuffed him in the coffin. Or maybe they didn't kill Wobble, they brought them on board. Because that's a theory that I've heard. That the king just tracks down might have tracked down the real Wobble and brought her aboard the ship. Because they can't risk having the succession wall fail because Wobble escaped. So Wobble is most likely alive. Excuse me. So this would be Benjamin's, Camilla, Zhengli, Tsuroidnik. Yeah. There is a miscount. There is one too many coffins. Because that means whoever lived... Or does it... Would them being alive... Would they have to like sit in the coffin? To like activate the power and claim the power of all the other dead siblings? Maybe they have to like... The final person has to like sit in their coffin. And the machine will just absorb all of the powers and pass it on to the person who's still alive. I mean, that's one way to solve for the extra coffin issue. But if the machine doesn't accept one living specimen, or one living person, I guess, then does the machine like create something different? There's like a hole in here or something, maybe... Maybe you insert your arm into it. Anyway, So yeah, before I continue, I did get spoiled on one thing, that this chapter seems to have a lot to do with Benjamin. Like there seems to be a huge focus on Benjamin in this chapter. Other than that, I know absolutely nothing. Benjamin Hulkenberg. Oh, oh, it's not lit up. It's not lighting up because Hulkenberg is still not dead. The ninth prince's flame of life has not been ignited, unlike the 8th, 10th, and 12th princes. It appears that he still possesses eligibility. Kacho is not eligible though, even though, yeah, her beast mimicking her is its own entity. But the real Kacho is dead. It appears he still possesses eligibility. His soul, as long as it resides within a body, the right of succession is not lost. Hoi. So he needs a body still. And that body doesn't have to be royalty, because Balsamilko is not royalty, he's just a guard. Right? His soul, as long as it resides within a body, the right of succession is not lost. He is still fighting. Okay. And Benjamin. It can't be. This is... No, it wasn't Hulkenberg's ability after all. No, that's impossible. So it wasn't Hulkenberg's ability after all? No, that's impossible. The only thing that died was his body, which means his soul is still. He immediately just figures it out, just like that. Oh, his body is dead, but his soul must be still there. Okay. Balsamilko, he's tied up. At this point, it's 100% impossible to continue impersonating the sergeant and deceiving my eldest brother. If I were to speak with him in person, my demeanor, mannerisms, and choice of words would likely give me away as an impostor almost instantly. Oh, he is tied up so that Balsamilko can't move around, and in case Hulkenberg does transfer over again, Balsamilko shouldn't be able to move if he regains control. Okay, I will test a new hypothesis then, and explore the mechanics behind my ability. An arrow has already been shot towards my brother. Okay, so he's aiming at Benjamin. The ability to swap minds, that explains Shikaku taking his own life, and Vict as well. Yeah, and Benjamin is putting all the pieces together. Dispatch soldiers to room 1009. Balsa should be there. The people around him, they are Hulkenberg's followers. Detain all of them. They are material witnesses. No, I must focus on Balsamilko first. His mind is Hulkenberg's, and now he's using his ability on someone else. Nope, it's you specifically, not someone else. I must figure out the rules behind the mind swap as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I won't know who swapped with whom next time. They're walking, and... Your Highness! Did he just gain another ability? The Benjamin Baton? Gah! Severe nausea, a fever, body fatigue, and joint pain. It can't be. It can't be. Infection. So he recognizes the symptoms? Is it this guy? Did they manage to sneak this guy next to him? And poison him? Or is he just delusional? Is he just losing his mind? What? TSK-17 has an incubation period of roughly 6 hours from infection to the onset of symptoms. 6 hours. At that point, Balsamilko was still at the military of justice below. Impossible, it wasn't Hulkenberg. TSK-17 is inside a container that cannot be opened except with the boots that were made specially for personal soldiers. When it dispersed in the air, the range of guaranteed infection is 2 meters. This guy. Who was this guy? It wasn't this guy. It was another one of his personal guards. I do remember his face, I just don't remember his name. The range of guarantee is 2 meters, taking my height into account, and given that the poison is dispersed near the floor, to ensure 100% chance of infection, I have to be sitting down. That was the moment. This person. Okay. So he's gonna execute one of his guards. They're here. Balsamilko only removed 1 vial. If TSK-17 wasn't used, then these symptoms is just an ordinary illness? Could it really be a coincidence? No, think. Assuming that a personal soldier besides myself and Balsamilko smuggled this abroad beforehand. How was it done? It's possible that they used the same syringe that infected Hulkenberg in the first place. That they just, instead of dispensing it, they broke the vial and put it in another vial and just extracted 1 single drop and infected the real Hulkenberg with it and kept the rest of it in just another container. But that's such a dangerous thing to do. But if you are wearing like proper protection, doesn't seem like it can infect you, right? Okay. I think that's possible, yeah. Someone in the weapons R&D division leaked it to the traitor in my ranks. Even if every security measure, including production reports, inventory control, inspection of belongings, and data processing, were working exactly as they should, if there was an absolute order that came from the top, like a queen ordering one of her loyal servants that infiltrated his academy. From mother, in that case. Oh, he suspects his own mom. Okay, the one who's taking care of his own child. Okay, in that case, the Queen's royal guards removed a vial and handed it over to the traitor. Mother, she chose my brother over me. Furykov? Wait, was it Furykov? I wasn't thinking it was Furykov. Working backwards, the only one who could have poisoned me is you, Furykov. You obtained TSK-17 through the first queen and turned traitor for my brother. I don't think it's Furykov. But what was your motive? Money? Status? Before you die, tell me what is it that what it was that corrupted you? Turned traitor? Absolutely not. I have pledged my loyalty to the nation, and to you, Prince Benjamin, and I always will. However, you're not mistaken that I was the one who dispersed TSK-17 and infected you. So it was him! Okay. Allow me to explain the circumstances that led to this. So, because I learned that Benjamin was involved this chapter, I was thinking that I was going back over the previous chapters, like 410. We do see him basically infected what was I forgot what I was thinking. Fuck. One second. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we do see him planning something with his child. What if his ability, one of the conditions of his ability is that he can, if he dies post-mortem, then he can transfer his ability to his child. Like a sort of his ultimate ability is that if he dies, the ability carries on. It's Benjamin's baton. It doesn't stop at him either. It's more about the entire nation, not just him. So the ability will continue to pass on, and maybe he can pass it on to his child? Is that what Furikov is going to tell him? He's like, okay, you need to pass the ability on? Okay. However, you're not mistaken that I was the one who dispersed TSK-17 and infected you, Your Highness. Allow me to explain the circumstances that led to this. There's no doubt that you chose a moment that would prevent suspicion from falling on anyone else. There's no doubt that you chose a moment that would prevent suspicion from falling on anyone else. So he made it obvious that it was him, is what he's saying. But that could also be part of your scheme. If your explanation makes me even slightly more distrustful of you than I am now, I will kill you before you can finish it. My goal is to exploit Queen Unma's scheme to secure Prince Hulkenberg's victory as his birth mother. At the same time, it also meant to exploit the intentions of my father. Beyond Netero. Excuse you? And that's not suspicious when you're talking to Benjamin? What? So he's another cursed child. So we were theorizing that Bobby Mina is the Beyond's child, but no, it's Furikov. It also meant to exploit the intentions of my father, Beyond Netero. God damn. Okay. He shows his mouth. That's the curse that will activate upon my death. It was embedded in me by Beyond and is particularly impossible to remove. The Queen threatened that my death as well would be triggered by Beyond, leaving me with no choice. Okay. What I feared most about this curse was not that you would be my target, Your Highness. My sole concern was the possibility that death by this curse might eliminate your guardian spirit beast's ability. The only reliable way to avoid this is to reflect the curse back. Reflect the curse back. If I, the target, die first, the curse will be reflected back onto the curse offering. The cursed offering. And through my guardian spirit beast's ability, I will become a god? If I, the target, die first, the curse will be reflected back onto the cursed offering. And through my guardian spirit beast's ability, I will become a god, which we don't know yet. We know his personal ability that he already cultivated before the thing, and I'm just noticing that there's an explanation on to the left. He will become a god, so his death isn't final. He can still fight after dying. Somehow. It is just as you say, Lord Benjamin, with the ability of your guardian spirit beast. Without a doubt, you shall build a great nation of unshakable prosperity, with an eternal unbroken imperial lineage. The Queen's demand was for me to use the TSK-17 on Prince Benjamin within 48 hours, or Beyond will activate the curse. So she is working with Beyond, okay. But this has worked to my advantage, or at least she's pretending to work with Beyond. Maybe it's her own desire and her own like decision to do this, irrelevant of Beyond's will, and she's just using Beyond as a threat, just to make it seem more credible. I'm able to protect your guardian spirit beast by making it appear as though I yield to her threats. Appear as though I yielded to her threats, and above all else, though I am truly unworthy to say so. I have been granted the honor of paving the way for your highness as you depart your corporeal form and become the guardian deity of our nation's prosperity. Of paving the way for your highnesses. So many complicated words today. Okay. I have no attachments left in this world. Even if I perish reflecting this curse, I could ask for no better fate. What a fool I was, not even trusting my own men. But I will have you accompany me a little while longer. This is an insane plan. Okay, so... let's just read the ability first and then theorize. Furykov's ability, not the Guardian Beast. Full Metal Alchemist. Is it Brotherhood? I mean, he does have brothers and sisters. Combo Masters. Specialization. Because of Beyond Netero, and he has a ton of siblings. Specialization. He's a specialist. By remaining near a target for a set amount of time, cumulatively, he can decipher the details of the target's ability. So that's also part of his Nen, not just his natural, or I guess because of his natural aptitude. He also cultivated a skill that adds to his ability. To like just derive the details of the person's ability. Decipher the details of the target's ability and create equipment that either destroy or conversely strengthens and supports the target's ability. So this is a pattern now. We also saw Predator that does very nearly the same thing too. So this is sort of Balsamilko and Benjamin's strategy to build abilities that analyze and create counters to other abilities, He cannot use Hatsu while deciphering an ability. He also cannot use Hatsu while transmuting the equipment. The greater an ability's power, effect, or impact, the longer it takes to decipher. The time required to transmute the equipment is equal to the time spent deciphering the ability. Oh. However, the timer resets if the transmutation process is interrupted. The equipment. And create equipment that either destroy or conventionally strengthens and supports the target's ability. Wait, he can also strengthens the ability, okay. Hatsu while deciphering an ability, he also cannot use Hatsu while transmuting the equipment. So it's transmutation, not conjuration. He is not conjuring a new equipment. He's just transmuting it, like giving it properties. Like if it's a gun, for example, he will make it, he will infuse it in to somehow become counteract an ability or support it even. Okay. But considering this, it would take like a few days for him to conjure something against Kurapika, for example. Because he never got any time with Brainswabble, or what he thought was Brainswabble, he couldn't analyze it. He can only conjure something against Korabika. And the time he spent in these lessons every single day, that's hours upon hours upon hours of him analyzing Korabika all the time. So it might take like a day or two for him to do something, to transmute something that can counter Korabika. Also, he just doesn't know much about his ability. Korabika's ability has so many rules and stuff, so it wouldn't even be that... it's not a good match for him. Anyway, I'll have you accompany me a little while longer, with pleasure, my prince. So he's not killing him. Yet. He's going to kill him, but not yet. You should build a great... So, there... he's going to die eventually. But not yet. Zoraidnik and Halkenberg, after conspiring together, have stolen and used a scientific weapon from the military. Halkenberg and Zoraidnik. Okay, next. This is it. This is the panel that I saw. Issue notice to all personal soldiers. At 14:15 hours to... I guess that's 2 p.m. Okay, at 2 p.m. today, a declaration of special martial law will be made. Fyurkov deciphered the ability of my guardian spirit beast. If it were to merge with Benjamin Baton. Wait, so we didn't even figure out his guardian spirit beast yet. I thought these blocks were going to explain anything about it, or something about it. But we still don't know. God damn it. Commence preparatory operations at 2 p.m. The only target on Tier 1 that should be executed on site are personal guards unaffiliated with the Royal Army. Kill them quietly and properly. Unaffiliated with the Royal Army, so they're just going on a killing spree for any guard that doesn't work for him. The succession contest wasn't a mere game of survival to select a king. Kakin would one day achieve world unification. Thereafter, the throne will be occupied for all eternity by the Hyugoro line in unbroken succession. A guardian deity that watches over it all. As the sacred canopy above the throne, the succession contest was the prolonged holy war to carefully select that god. Okay. Kill them all quietly and properly. Do not lay a hand on any member of the association. Once the declaration has been made, follow regulations and protect the princes. Then assemble them in the Grand Hall of Room 1. I'm just gonna drop the 1000. Okay, and then assemble them all in Room 1. So they're just going on a killing spree, but we do see Korabika at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. because he tells everybody to come back and they continue the lessons. So they weren't able to do what Benjamin is asking them, right? Camilla and Zoraidnik, leave them to me. Mother's faction cannot learn of my guardian spirit beast's ability. Accordingly, with the little time I have left to live, I must purge the remaining princes before then, and aim to be officially anointed as successor. And then I must officially issue a last will and testament as the next king. Muse, your secret window. Oh, he's using that ability. I had something I wanted to say before continuing, which was about... I've lost it, I don't remember. Anyway, Camilla in the middle of her usual post-lunch massage. Camilla is in the middle of her usual post-lunch massage until 3 p.m. Until 3 a.m.? I mean, this time it's being translated as 3. Hello, SD. The NIN lessons were at 10 a.m., not afternoon. Yes, it was at 10 a.m., but then Korabika said, he gave them the whole lecture about Prince Wobble not being eligible and about the succession war could possibly fail if the princes don't kill each other and they actually live until the voyage is ending. After that, he told them that, hey, take all this information, inform your princes, and then come back at either 5 or 6 p.m. And we do see them back there at 5 or 6 p.m. Which means Benjamin's plan to like apprehend all the princes and put them in his room doesn't line up, or somehow it didn't work out. We'll see what happens. I did predict that we will get more about Benjamin's plan, but my prediction was about what he's going to do with Kaiser and like the association members. Was it Kaiser and I don't remember who's the big red guy. Korabika told them to go back to their princes at 9 a.m. and come back at 10 a.m. Are you sure about that? Let me. That was last chapter, right? Where does it happen? There, this guy. None of this is a lie. I want to give you some time. Let's have a class begin at 10 a.m. today. No, you're right. Let's have class begin at 10 a.m. today. Go and think things over. Come back here only if you still want to take the class. Okay, I'll give you a grace period. Will be rescheduled to start 10 hours from now. Okay, that's hold on, let me fix the chat on screen. Looks weird. That's a translation difference. Yeah, the official does translate it differently. The scans are translating it as 10 hours from now, which it already was 10 hours. So yeah, you're right. If the translation is right, who knows which is more correct though. Let's go back to our current chapter. So yeah, that makes more sense actually if it was the translation of the official chapter. We got over here Camilla and the usual lunch message. She's not the type to cut it short just because an announcement has been made. The problem is that woman's ability. The safety checks on Camilla and Sir Rydnik should take roughly 15 minutes. Checks on Camilla and Sir Rydnik ability should take roughly 15 minutes, excluding Hulkenbergs and Fugitsu. Gather the remaining 6 princes in room 1 by 2:30 p.m. Given that she stormed into my quarters by herself and opened fire indiscriminately, it's possible her ability is a counteractive or invincibility type. It's difficult to tell one from other because being attacked is often the activation condition in both cases. However, by continuing to keep an eye on her with a secret window for extended periods without a break, the ability's level increased and evolved, allowing me to rewind and view the footage that Muse had seen right before his death. So that's another condition that Muse's ability has, is that if you keep watching someone, you can also rewind in time and see certain footage in the past. That's pretty good for surveillance and for like a detective or something. You find a lot of information. Camilla is a counteractive type. Upon being killed, her post-mortem nin activates, stealing the attacker's life energy and reviving her. Prince Mariam's whereabouts are still unknown though. He is likely inside the nin space created by his guardian spirit beast. We can contact them through the room phone, so the declaration should also reach them. Leave it to Sakura for now. If they don't come to room 1 by 2:30, dispatch Rihan. Suraidnik, I'll make damn sure you burn it into your eyes, the sight of me at the very moment I kill you. Ideally, I would make you suffer until you begged me for death before I killed you, but I don't have the time to waste. Damn, okay. So he is directly barging in and trying to capture Camilla. Until special martial law, 15 minutes remaining. God, Benjamin makes his move. Yeah, this is the guy that I thought assassinated Benjamin. Oops. These guys are in the hallway. 15th. 1, 2. Wait, he's not in his room? Where is this place? Is that like his special, like, headquarters? Because he is a military officer, I guess, and Camilla is in the spa/bathroom area. Okay. Korobika is doing his nin lessons. 12 is X'd out. 12 is Momo's. Okay. 10 is Kacho. Sale. These are all empty. Benjamin and Camilla were arrested before, so they are in the VVIB section. Doesn't Benjamin have like command over the military? And the military need their own like base of operation? I think they have their own space. The VVIP section, I think, is actually, it's like to one of these sides, like either to the left here or to the right here. Like you can see the hallway here. That leads to the VVIB section. This is not the VVIB section, I don't think. Wihan 3. This guy is freaking out. That's Zhang Lei. So Zhang Lei is doing something because this guy is not having fun. This guy is preparing a knife for Luzurus. So Luzurus has so many people coming after his head today. Bro is not having a good time. Room 6, this is, what's her name? Tyson. He's receiving the command. Baby Mina is receiving the command. This guy is just immediately going on the offensive. Why are they in their own personal quarters, I guess? It appears Zhang Lei is not in room 3. You know what? True. They're not depicting Zhang Lei in room 3. Camilla is not in her room. Benjamin is not in his room. Tubeba is, Tyson is, Luzurus is, Hulkenberg just died. There's still, we don't know. I mean, Hulkenberg should be in his room, but we don't know for certain. He was, let's go back. Here. So he is preparing a counterattack. But no, this person is the person in the wheelchair. So he's preparing an attack from outside his room. Okay. Because these people wouldn't be allowed on tier 1. They're just Hulkenberg supporters. Damn. Oh, it's so complicated. And these guys are in between the rooms. Room 13 is full with people. It's... Oh yeah, it's Korabika's friends. Hanzo and... What's her name? The one who taught... Biscuit. The one who teaches Korabika. Not Korabika. Gon and Killua. And that's it for the chatter. Okay, that was a complicated mess. Holy... Well, time to do it all over again. Time to read the official chapter translation. Because apparently reading just one translation isn't enough. Chapter 413, Loyalty. 30 minutes before the special martial law is declared. The prince, torch won't light, unlike the... Still eligible. If the soul is still in a body, it seems you don't lose eligibility. He's still fighting. What is happening? Wasn't this 9th Prince Hulkenberg's ability? No, it's not possible. Only his body died, so his soul is still okay. Translation is the same so far. It's 100% impossible to continue to pretend to be the sergeant and deceive the first prince. If we meet in person, my behavior and mannerisms, okay, will give him away. I'd rather test a new hypothesis and learn the laws of my ability. An arrow has been fired upon him already anyway. So yeah, Hulkenberg says that he fired an arrow. The other translation says that it is specifically Benjamin. But it doesn't specify here. Also, Benjamin seems to be doing just fine. So it might not actually be Benjamin. It might be a translation error. And there is an arrow being fired at somebody. But who is it? Who is he firing it at? So we can rule out Benjamin because it's just been so long. And Benjamin, we see him in 410, chapter 410, and he's just fine. So the arrow must not be meant for him. A body swap ability would explain Shikaku's suicide, Vict 2. But first, Balsamilko, he's Hulkenberg's inside? He is Hulkenberg on the inside, I guess. And now he's using his ability once more. I have to learn the rules of the body swaps, or I'll lose track of who's swapping with whom. Send men to room 9, Balsa should be there. Everyone around him is a follower of Hulkenberg. Arrest them all, they are persons of interest. So Benjamin thinks Hulkenberg is in his room. But at least this image doesn't depict Hulkenberg in his room. Your Highness. Nausea, fever, lethargy and aching of the joint. Is this what I think it is? I've been infected. The incubation period, 6 hours. Balsamilko is still downstairs. It's not possible. It wasn't Hulkenberg. It's stored in vials that only open with our custom boots, unless you break it. The aerosol spray guarantees infection when used within 2 meters. With a spray at foot level, considering my height, to ensure infection, I'd have to be sitting down. It must have been at that time. Actually, another theory. Furikov is going to die anyway because he used the boot on Benjamin and himself. They were both together. So Benjamin doesn't need to kill him. That's why he's like, come with me, you're gonna die anyway, because we're both ill now. We were both at the infection site. They're still here. Balsamulka only took one. If TSK-17 hasn't been used, why do I have these symptoms? I just happened to get sick? No, think. If a soldier besides me and Balsamulka brought TSK-17 on board beforehand, how? Okay, so he did bring another vial with him. Someone in WMD R&D passed it to a traitor. Production reports, inventory control. Aha. So the queen orchestrated this, and she ordered him to also kill Benjamin with the poison. Okay. That means a soldier affiliated with Mother took it and gave it to a traitor. My mother chose my brother over me. Doing the math, you're the only one who could have poisoned me, Furikov. You acquired TSK-17 through the First Queen and betrayed me in favor of my brother. For what? Money, power? Tell me what corrupted you before you die. I would never betray you. Now and forever, I swear loyalty to my country and to my first Prince Benjamin. And to you, first Prince Benjamin. However, it was indeed I who deployed TSK-17 to infect you. I will explain the sequence of events that led to this. It's true that you chose a time when you would be the only suspect, but that could be a part of your strategy. Okay, if my distrust deepens even a little, I'll kill you before you finish your sentence. My plan was to capitalize on your mother, First Queen Unma's blood, to secure victory for Prince Hulkenberg. Does the other translation specify Hulkenberg? Yeah, it does as well. Okay. And also use the machinations of my father, Beyond Netero, against him. I mean, still, it wouldn't necessarily mean that Beyond Netero himself put the curse. It might have been an underling that works for Beyond Netero that used the curse on the children. This is the curse that activates upon my death. It was planted by Beyond and is nigh impossible to remove. The Queen threatened that Beyond could cause my death at any time, and I was left with no choice. What I feared most was not that you could be my target, but that your death by the curse could eradicate your guardian spirit beast's ability. So something, we haven't learned what his guardian spirit beast does yet, but it seems Benjamin's death doesn't like eliminate him. Like just like Hulkenberg, his body can die, but he can still be an effective like guardian for the nation or something, or at least that's the way they paint it. The only sure way to avoid this was to bounce the curse back. If I die first, the curse reflects back to you. That's a different translation. Okay, if Benjamin dies first, the curse reflects back to you. And my guardian spirit beast's ability would make me a god. So yeah, he becomes some sort of ethereal figure, kind of like Kacho, maybe. Kacho's spirit beast like appeared after she died and is now working as protector for her sister. Exactly. With your guardian spirit beast's ability, a nation of unshakable glory and prosperity will be assured, an unbroken imperial line for all eternity. And there's an emphasis on their imperial line being unbroken. So his ability has something to do with that because they mention it multiple times. But like the risk itself, the risk of it falling in the first place is what makes the ability so strong in the first place, no? If his ability makes it so that it's guaranteed, then the prosperity also drops down because it's less of a risk. Does he not understand that, maybe? Maybe they're like less educated in No, they literally run the military. They understand all about Nin, and him and Balsamilko are constantly like theorizing and learning, and Balsamilko is constantly teaching him about all the secrets of Nin and how to use it. So what does that mean? The Queen's demand was that I use TSK-17 on Prince Benjamin within 48 hours, or beyond would activate the curse, but it worked in my favor. I let her think I gave in to her demands and protected your guardian spirit beast. And with all due respect, I was able to lay the groundwork for you to transcend your body and become the guardian deity for our national prosperity. So he has a Kachu-like ability. Like, this is confirmed at this point, but technical details of it still, we don't know. Okay, I need nothing more in this life. If the reflected curse kills me, it would be I would be perfectly satisfied. So after this whole situation resolves, it seems that basically we're not gonna have Furikov. Like, he is within this situation, he doesn't seem like he's going to live for long. So that's one less threat that Kurapika has to deal with. Benjamin also seems like he's not gonna be living for long either. But what does that mean? Like, he wanted to win. Like, decisively win within 24 hours. Which means a huge fight is about to break out. Anyway, I'm a fool who should never have doubted my own men. You'll have to put up with me a bit longer. With pleasure, my prince. You'll have to put up with me a bit longer. So he is not killing him, but it's a different way to say that, I guess. Furikov's ability, Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Combo Master. Specialist. By being with the target for a certain time in total, it deciphers the details of the target's ability, and then creates a weapon that could destroy or supplement and amplify said ability. He can't use that on Benjamin, right? Because he spent so much time with him. It would take him like years to transmute the ability. Cannot use Hatsu while the ability is being deciphered. Cannot use Hatsu while the weapon is being transmuted. Yeah. Okay, so he can't use Hatsu either anywhere, wherever he's using the ability. At any stage. The more powerful, effective, and influential the ability, the longer it takes to decipher. The longer it takes to decipher, the time required for transmutation is equal to the deciphering time, and if interrupted, the clock resets. If it interrupts the transmutation specifically, because being with the target for a certain time in total. So this is not interruption doesn't count for the analyzing phase. So Rydnik and Hulkenberg colluded to steal a military biological weapon and used it. They're crafting this narrative. They're saying Rydnik and Hulkenberg colluded to steal a military biological weapon and used it. Aha. The unofficial translation was not clear on that. So this is the fake narrative that they're trying to use as a reason for the martial law. Notify all my men. I will declare special martial law at, again, 14:15 today. I guess that's some military code, like that's how they relay it in in the military. That's why they're translating it like this. 1415 today. My guardian spirit beast's ability that Furikov deciphered, used in conjunction with Benjamin's baton. Oh, he used his ability to decipher the guardian spirit beast. Used in conjunction with Benjamin's baton. So, am I right that his ability triggers on death and allows him to pass his own abilities, his collection of abilities, to someone else? That must be it. That he can pass on his guardian spirit beast to his son, along with all of his abilities. And that's how he protects the line forever. It keeps on building, and each person, just like My Hero Academia, each person keeps like adding to the power with the Benjamin baton. Like one for all, maybe. Will make me the spiritual core of the Kakin tree, taking place of the seed urn ritual. I will be the guardian spirit of its leader. That will make me the highest power in Kakin, a supreme authority that transcends even the king. Transcends even the king. Yeah, now you've lost me. I don't know what he's talking about. I just want to know what his ability is. What does his guardian spirit beast exactly do? Begin preparations at 14:00. Kill on-site personal guards on tier 1 who are not... Kill on-site personal guards on tier 1 who are not members of the royal army. So just kill everybody. Kill quietly and respectfully. Do not harm the Hunter associates. So kill all the guards that are not hunters. Okay. In accordance with the rules, secure the princes and gather them in the great hall in room 1. The succession battle wasn't a game of survival to pick the next king. Kakin will soon rule the world as one nation, and the Hyugoro line, unbroken for all eternity, will lead it. This was a holy war to select the god, the glorious guardian and protector, who must see it through. So he's changed his tune. He doesn't want to win it. He wants to abuse the abilities that he got from the guardian spirit beast and his own ability to create this new thing, this guardian spirit entity that rules over guards and rules over Kakin. So he switched his desire from actually winning, is what I see here, what I understand. We don't know what his guardian spirit beast does yet, but we do know it can be used in conjunction with Benjamin Baton to make him a god that can take the place of the seed urn ritual entirely. I mean, yeah, if his ability is so great, it might be able to replace the seed urn, and he might not create the seed urn ceremony anymore. At least Furikov, if he's not lying. Furikov. Your grand guardian spirit beast's ability, a nation of unshakable glory and prosperity will be assured. An unbroken imperial line for all eternity. But it's still... I mean, it doesn't specifically say anything that would contradict or go against continuing the seed urn ceremony. But the whole point of the seed urn is that it is a great risk. So yeah, if it is guaranteed, they might not need the seed urn or ceremony anymore. And with an ability like Benjamin's Baton that continues accumulating, but I don't know how much power his Benjamin's Baton can like compare to like the seed urn ceremony that literally places the entire nation's prosperity on the line. It's like literally, it's a gamble for everybody in the nation of Kakin. That seems a lot more powerful in comparison to like the ability of a single user and their parasitic Nin Beast. So I wouldn't like discard it. Like it wouldn't make sense to discard it because that's too much power. As for Camilla and Suraidnik, leave them to me. I can't let Mother find out about my Guardian Spirit Beast's ability. Therefore, the thing I should be doing in the short time that remains to me is purge the rest of the princes and aim to become the one true heir. And then, as the next king, issue an official will. Muse's ability, secret window. I'm trying to think about Benjamin's mom. What was her name? Unma. What is her play in here? Like her perspective is, I think she wants to support Hulkenberg because Hulkenberg is easier for her to like control, so that she rules the kingdom from the shadows by being his mother and controlling Benjamin. I mean, controlling Hulkenberg. That's why she's not going for Benjamin or Suraidnik. She's focusing on Hulkenberg because he seems to be the Democrat and to be more flexible. So I think her ploy was that she wants to help Hulkenberg and then take over the country from by controlling him herself. Camilla is getting her daily post-lunch massage until 3 p.m. She would never let anything cut it short. The problem is her ability. Allow for 15 minutes to confirm the safety of Camilla. Allow for 15 minutes to confirm the safety of Camilla and Suraidnik. Gather the remaining 6 princes besides Hulkenberg and Fugetsu. In room 1 by 2:30 p.m. She came to my quarters by herself and emptied her gun, so her type... Wait, Fugetsu? Why does he not want Fugetsu? Is he just going to kill her because he saw that she's infected? Is that why? He's just, oh yeah, just shoot Fugetsu. I don't even want to risk bringing her into the room. Okay. She came to my quarters by herself and emptied her gun, so her type is either counteractive or invincible. Both often activate upon getting attacked, which makes it difficult to tell them apart. I continued the surveillance non-stop in order to level up secret windows sufficiently, and now I can rewind the record of what Muse witnessed until the moment of his death. Is that a bullet or is that TSK in his hand? Oh, it is TSK. He is preparing to poison people. Is that Furikov's job? He wants to bring everybody into the room 1 and then detonate the poison there. That's Furikov's... Fugetsu is in Ministry of Justice right now. No, she's not. She returned back to her room after she delivered all the letters. She delivered all the letters to all her brothers, and we see Kacho and Fugetsu in their bedroom, in Fugetsu's bedroom specifically. And she tells her to rest because she's been using her ability too many times. But yeah, she has the ability to go to the ministry because of her. What was it called? She has the ability to open doors to wherever she was before. Where was I? Says that Camilla's ability is a counteractive type. So he determined it's not invincibility. Killing her activates her Nin, and she drains the assailant's life energy to bring herself back to life. 13th Prince Mariam is still missing. He's within the Nin space created by his guardian spirit beast. Use the phones to communicate. Sequil. Wasn't that a different name? What did they call him? Sakure. Sakuri on the unofficial. The official calls him Saquille. Can handle it. If they don't come to room 1 by 2:30, send Rihan. So right, Nick. I will make sure you see my face the moment I kill you. I wanted to make you suffer enough to beg for death, but I don't have the time. 15 minutes until martial law is declared. Man, it's so confusing. So, let's get this straight. Losers has a whole bunch of people trying to kill him. This guy, he's not even trying to bring Losers to his room. He just wants to kill him. Tubeba has Rihan trying to analyze her ability. But unless Kurapika comes in and the collaborative ability is activated, I don't think he can do much. This guy is freaking out. Zangle is doing something with his... Oh, he's freaking out because Zangle is not in his room, right? Because you mentioned that. But this is the personal quarters of the prince, right? See? Each prince is in his personal quarters. Yeah. Wobble is in her quarters. Losers is... Tubeba is... Zangle isn't in his personal quarters or in his entire room, but the guard is still there. He seems trapped. Okay, it's Rydnik is, and what's her name? Theta is recovering in her room because she got cursed. Tyson is just messing around in her room. And Kurapika's doing his lessons. Notably, the only princes not in their room are Mariam and Tyson. They're the only ones. I mean, I'm focusing on this so much because, I mean, they are giving us this information, so it seems to be something that Togashi wants you to know. He's dedicated an entire spread to exactly where each person is. So I'm just trying to analyze as much as I can. This guy is in his bedroom. I believe these are the bedrooms, yeah. These are the kitchen and bathroom, I guess. Or is this the bathroom? Who knows? We do know. I'm pretty sure at the start of the arc, Togashi does give us an exact breakdown of each room and its construction. Well, anyway, so we're back now to where special martial law is about to begin. We don't know exactly what happens, but Benjamin makes it out of tier 1 and he's on tier 2 eventually. And he's trying to barter, or not barter. He's trying to not debate, what's the word? He's trying to take over the association. I think the two men in the hallway were sent by Benjamin to room 9. The way they are... You know what? You're right, yeah. The doors I just noticed are on the other side. Because being on the same side is... the same entrance, that would be troublesome. So they separated the entrances to the outside. Yeah, they are on the way to Hulkenberg. He did order them to go and pretty much shoot everybody who was in Hulkenberg's room. But Hulkenberg isn't there. I just noticed, like, look how the distance between this room and this room where the princes usually lie. Zangle and Suraidnik are so close, so if Korabik could actually get to Zangle's office, he'd be so close. Only like few meters would be between him and Suraidnik. I don't know if Korabika has X-ray vision or something, or might have somebody that have some ability that you need to be close. But he would be so close to Tsuraidnik if he gets to Zangle's personal quarters. But yeah, let me bring up my theory. What did I theorize would happen to Benjamin? Where did I write that? Oh yeah, Zangle is not in his room because he's hiding on tier 3. I think he's hiding with his mafia family. He escaped and Benjamin goes to search for him. Steiner's button. Yes, I said we will get to see what Steiner's button. He did the whole thing, the whole button thing that he gave to his friend. And he was like, "Oh, if you ever see, if you see soldiers come in and declare martial law, immediately press this button." Negotiations will happen between Benjamin and Mizai, Botabai, and Kaiser. The button will have some effect that won't allow Benjamin to take power by force, which will force him to negotiate. And considering his time limit, I think he'll slip up one more time and do something that will lose him the negotiation. After that, he will resort to using violence. Is my prediction. We haven't seen that yet because we flashed back in time again. But let's see if that comes true. Other than that, one more note I had for the new chapters, which is Serhil's ability. Serhil's ability's whole point is to like curse somebody. What was I saying? Yeah, to curse somebody that she's been harboring ill will towards. But now that Wobble isn't actually Wobble, she's been cursing somebody else, and her ability that she's been accumulating for the past week or so is useless. She can't use her ability on this new kid. Her only option is to either retreat or to attempt to assassinate Wobble, fake Wobble by hand. So she's been completely countered. Is she going to stop going to the Nin lessons? Or will she just not believe Korabika and attempt the curse anyway? What would happen if... I mean, yeah, Wobble is literally on a different continent, possibly. Maybe Wobble is on the boat as well, that's another theory. But if she doesn't know where Wobble is, maybe Wobble is on a different tier in the boat. At which point the curse won't do much. So yeah, Serhil is just completely fucked. Let me see. The real Wobble might be on the ship. Yep. Korabika didn't tell everyone about the substitute baby. So yeah, another misunderstanding that I had is I thought Kurapika basically proved to everybody that Wobble is fake. But no, he basically just tells them, hey, Wobble is fake. Believe me. If you want to believe me, believe me. If you don't, feel free to not do so as you wish. But he only reveals like the whole details to these two guys, Bobby Mine and Third Prince's guard, and Bill. But Bill is already our guy, so doesn't matter much. Beyond Netherop. Man. I don't think Onma said that Beyond can activate the curse, right? Where is it? Secure victory for Hulkenberg. The Queen threatened that Beyond could cause my death at any time, and I was left with no choice. It's likely that Beyond is not the one actually controlling the whole curse, but it is his faction that is controlling the curse. I wonder if this has actually been Beyond's will, or if she's just using that to further her own agenda. And given a little thing. Became the guardian deity for our national prosperity. What you're saying is true, by the way, SD. Yeah, he does specify that you become the guardian deity for our national prosperity. But that national prosperity comes from the seed urn and the danger of the seed urn. I guess it's just hedging the bets, like increasing the chance that one of the participants will succeed, but not completely securing it, maybe. That in turn will lower the danger and thus lower the prosperity. Confusion. I am confused. Anyway, I think that's it. I've analyzed as much as I think I can for today. Oop, that was a nice chapter. And we will get another one in probably not too long. The chapters release usually on a couple of days, yeah. On Thursday, the scanulations usually drop. So, hey, another stream in 2 days. We'll be back to more Hunter x Hunter. I actually wanted to do Berserk, but things just kept me away from streaming, unfortunately. So maybe if I'm free tomorrow, I might stream some Berserk for the first time. First time reading Berserk. Heard a lot about it. Other than that, I think I'm done for today. So thank you for watching and bye.